20 quid if you can say back to me, Zlatan Ibrahimovic, into that camera. 20 quid.
I didn't know that. Zlatan Ibrahimovic. Zlatan Ibrahimovic. All right? Zlatan Ibrahimovic.
That was close.
That's closer than you got before.
Sippers get ready. People get ready. Sippers get ready for tea with me.
Sipper. So nervous. Sippers, welcome to this episode of the Tea With Me podcast with me, Shane Todd. Before we get into this episode, tickets have just gone on sale. Is that right, Dan?
They went on sale on Friday.
On Friday, so there might not even be any left, but we'll plug it nonetheless. Open house banger. I've done stand-up at this the last few years in a row. It's brilliant. It's in a marquee in the Castle Gardens.
Walled Garden?
The Walled Garden. All right, Dave, shut up. I know you're Mr. Banger. You're from Hollywood. Shut up. Me, Dave Elliott, Andrew Ryan. There'll be a little bit of stand-up at the start and a live podcast. It's going to be very north down. Tickets are in the description. Patreon.com/teawithmepodcast. All the good stuff's on there. All the extra tea. Bonus episodes on a Monday. Live stream episodes every Friday. We've been doing some Euros watch-alongs as well, which have been great fun. And we've got specials on there. And there's
New York podcast going up soon.
The New York podcast is going up soon. Hear why? It can only go on Patreon. Patreon.com/teawithmepodcast. It's in the description. Before we get into this episode, we are sponsored by none other than Manscaped, the number one in men's below the belt grooming. Most people in this room use it. They've got everything. Manscaped been sponsoring us since the start. If you're going to summer holiday, you're going to be doing a little bit of traveling. You got to make sure you're lined up downstairs before you go. They've got Platinum Performance Package, which you can take with you when you travel, or you can just get shaped up before you go. They've got ball deodorant, ball cleanser, ball wipes. They've got boxers, cologne. They've got absolutely everything.
Manscaped heard about who one of our guests was this week.
Right, okay.
So they sent a little present for him.
Oh, amazing. Look at this, Manscaped getting ahead of time, sending us
I certainly will.
send a present to,
Oh wow, there you
to
go.
one of our guests.
That's for you.
I should put, I'll not be opened.
So there's a lawnmower
Wear
for you if you
gloves
want
before
to.
you use that.
Jesus, imagine. Do you know what that would be like? My dad using the lawnmower would be like, you know when you see TikToks of like, this garden has been left since 1953. And then as a time lapse, they go in and cut it down.
I mean, you should do that for Patreon. I'll do the trimming.
That's the way it should be.
Yeah.
You need a welding mask. Manscaped.com, use the code Tea With Me for 20% off, free shipping. The link is in the description. My guests this week are none other than Dave Elliott, banger comedian, originally Hollywood, now banger comedian.
Yes,
Dave Elliott,
hometown banger, yeah.
and Denis Todd. He's so nervous. Do you know what? You act the big man. You're talking about when are you getting me on? Everybody wants me on. He's shitting himself.
Don't say that.
Now, my dad was pointing out before this that he does have some memory problems and he has a jam just for a minute card. I don't know if you've brought it, but at any point in the podcast, if you want to use it, just put it up.
Right, I'll do it.
Yeah. See, I don't know how I feel because I'm in between the two most nervous guys in the history of podcasts. It could go either way.
I think the edit out button's going to have to be used a little bit. But what's your big issue with Manscaped and us grooming?
Yeah, I think anybody use it, dirty bastards
Yeah.
is what they are. Since the dawn of mankind.
But you're to have a big bush, you're a dirty bastard.
No, that's the way it should be. Since the dawn of mankind, you're a
But also, they didn't have clothes.
I know,
Start
and
of mankind.
also it's 2024. There's loads of stuff you used to do at the dawn of mankind that we don't do now.
but it's only your generation that started this.
Yeah,
Why?
it looks better. It's more hygienic.
See,
No. Two things you do. One, you actually shave it, and two, you tell somebody you do it. Stupid bastards.
It looks better.
No, say for, you say, I remember you saying on the podcast, you don't want sweaty balls, ball sack.
Yeah,
That's why you shave.
yeah. But you do want that.
No, when do you ever have sweaty balls?
Depends what you're doing.
Yes, if you're doing sport,
Yeah.
what do you do afterwards? You get a shower.
Yeah.
In the story. Different if even if you're giving somebody a rattle, you'd have a shower afterwards.
Yeah. In sport, you mean like a?
No. No, but you have a
Yeah,
you have a shower afterwards.
absolutely.
You never have you
Before and
never
after
have
even.
a ball bag. You never have a sweaty ball bag. If you do, wash.
Yeah. Now I'd say
Could you get him to do the read again?
I'd say you look odd. Now I think I don't have a lot of body hair, only in certain places.
Yeah.
But I'd say he looks weird with it because you have hair, thick hair everywhere else.
I've hair
But then-
everywhere I don't want it, but not where I would like it.
Yeah, but that must just be the only patch you don't have anything.
And down here,
Yeah.
I've got a bit there. I've grown it out a bit because since I've lost this, I used to manscape from my head and
Right.
just I'm not a dirty bastard, so I'll let it go.
People have been asking for this podcast for a long time.
Sorry, for a woman, pluck chicken. It looks like a pluck. No, it truly is. Looks like a plucked chicken, and those things there. Your Auntie Annie, it should be covered.
I thought you were actually talking about a literal one of his answer, and I didn't know where that was going.
It should be.
but-
They should be covered.
Yeah.
Like a sheep's back.
Yeah. Yeah, but there's loads of stuff like your generation do that ours don't, and vice versa. Like, but you know, we're more into grooming, modern men.
But who sees your body ball bag?
Me. It looks better without. It was like the foreskin. Looks better without.
That's weird too. I think that's.
Why? It's not weird. I got it done for medical reasons.
It scares me. No, you just wanted to look better. It was aesthetic reasons. You're the only one that gets cosmetic surgery in their wallet.
Let's go. When did you two meet? Dave, do you remember meeting my dad for the first time?
Well, I remember the actual moment when we realised who each other was quite funny because he was like, there was always this guy who was naked in the gym all the time in the change rooms. You'd always see this big piece just walking about,
That's true.
and it was this guy, and I had known him from the
Yeah.
gym.
By the way, he's the guy who will get showered and dried and then go and talk to people.
Yes.
Move to other parts of the changing rooms in the gym.
Yeah, and I knew him from the gym, and then
As what, a wee old naked guy.
yeah. But I mean, to be fair, he put a shift in the gym. I mean, not
Yeah.
downstairs.
Yeah.
But we went. Well, I was over at the Fringe to see one of your shows, and then
So you were going to the same gym.
yeah, so we went to the same gym, and then I was over at one of your shows down in a wee basement in Edinburgh somewhere.
Yeah.
In a coffee shop.
Yeah.
And went down and saw him. I was like, "What are you doing here?"
How'd you recognise him with his clothes on?
Yeah, yes, you never forget a face.
Now, did you
Um,
always remember him, naked from the gym because he's the only guy in there with like a lot of pubes?
No, I didn't even realise because the other bit eclipsed the pubes, so it was more distracting. But it was whenever I was in there, I was like, "What are you doing here?" Because again, I'm thinking, a guy from the gym, why is he come over to see you in Edinburgh? It's weird,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
And then he was like, "What the fuck are you doing here?" And I was
Yeah.
like, "Well, I'm his mate," and he was like, "Well, I'm his dad," and we sort of had a wee, and then it was just friendship
it?
from there. Yeah.
Now, that was the Fringe. You came over to see me in Edinburgh.
Sorry, I'll just stop you there. There's two types in the gym.
Or can you, West?
People like you that wear a towel.
I don't wear a tie.
You do. You have with me.
What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you
In
mean?
the
wear a
change
tie?
rooms?
In the changing room.
No, I don't.
Yes, you did.
What?
Well, I would if I were you.
Hold on. Hold on. I'm going to talk you through so I'm in the shower, hang the towel up, come out. I don't wrap. I'm not wrapping the towel
No,
around.
but you put it in front of you.
No, over the shoulder.
What?
Over
No,
the
you don't.
shoulder?
No, you didn't.
There will be people in the leisure centre I go to in the last...
Sorry, I don't know what you're teaching him, but that's weird gym etiquette to come out to shower and walk with a towel over your shoulder.
Thank you, dear.
Yeah,
Thank
that's
you.
weird with nothing there.
Thank you, mate.
Yeah.
We quick dry over the
No,
shoulder and
no,
then wherever your gear is, go then, get dried and then get your clothes on.
Do you not wrap it around you to walk from
Huh?
the?
No, I think that's weird. I think a wraparound's weird. Looks like a skirt.
Yeah.
The
Yeah, but-
wraparound's weird.
But why?
But
are you
yeah, the
walking-
time we were going to the gym though, I was probably like 8. You're a wee bit socially awkward when you're younger.
And you had that Brazilian shave then as well. It was a bit weird.
You see, if I had you wouldn't have done that at home before you left. I would have given him a kick up a
If you'd have done
He
what?
would have demanded his child
jam,
walk around the
kick
house
him up a
naked.
jam roll and say,
Stop being weird and take a towel off.
yeah.
I was a Fringe who came to see me, and he's come over to support me, doing my first full Edinburgh Fringe. And you remember the movement time? It was 12:10 at night, and it was you and 2 American guys, the whole audience, him and 2 American guys. And sort of told the story in the podcast before, but I always said to the people running it, don't tell me how many people are in. I think the venue held 80. And it was a Saturday night, so Saturday nights were always sold out. And I opened the curtains, walked out, 2 guys that were at the wrong show. Remember, they were, and I said to them, I went, lads, I can't do this. I was like, he's my dad, just to let you know. You're the only 2 people here that don't know me. I said, I'll give you your money back, I'll give you a reef, and go see something else, go see a good show. And they demanded it, didn't they? They were like, no, we want to come and we want to hear your stuff.
No, they didn't. So there were only the 3 of us. I went and sat beside them. I wasn't going to sit anywhere else. I sat
We
beside
still
them.
wearing clothes. Take those clothes off.
You said, yeah, give your money back, guys. And I said, no, we're here to see a show.
Yeah.
He said, don't be stupid. There's only 3 of us. I says, we paid to see a show.
And then they got on
and they
board.
said, yeah.
Yeah.
And
they were a bit
what you
intimidated.
said, I'll tell you what, guys, I'll give you the best 20 minutes of stand-up you'll hear.
Yeah.
And you did.
It was brilliant.
It was brilliant.
I condensed the whole show into 20 minutes, but then him, as I'm telling stories about growing up, telling stories about him, he's on his phone at one point, and I'm going, we can't lose a third, I'm not losing a third of the audience. And he goes, no lads, look at that, he's telling the truth. And there's a photo of me as a kid, because I was talking about having big ears and buck teeth, and I swear to God, he went, look boys, he's not one of these comedians that lies on stage, he is a wee freak.
That's brilliant. That's like an interactive show. You'd get a
It was.
fortune for that
I know,
nowadays.
it's mental.
Yeah.
But he was showing them, because I did have,
and I
look
got
like a
up
wee alien.
and showed it to the sound guy
Yeah, he did.
on the stage.
I'm sure he loved that.
He did. It was brilliant. The worst gig in my life. Made worse by that.
It was brilliant.
It was a good night, but you've seen me do some awful gigs from the start.
Well, I didn't see you the first time.
No, not my first ever show. I
'Cause
wouldn't have wanted that.
I went to the wrong room.
Oh, in Edinburgh?
Yeah.
That's right.
Who'd you end up seeing? Like a burlesque show or something?
Some old guy.
Oh.
And we're in.
I tell you why, his head was gone, because that day we went to the Portrait Museum in Edinburgh, and he walked into the women, like I saw him doing it.
Oh,
He walked into the women's toilets, and I saw him doing it, and went, let's see how this plays out, and let him just walk in. And you know, if you did that right, you'd walk in, do like a double take and straight out. I was like, I'll let him go in because he'll just open the door and then he'll come straight back out. Guy's in there for about 9 seconds, and then came out. We need to go. We need to go. His head was gone. Tell the story, right? I was telling Dave, because we didn't want to set this up and tell this story, tell that story. But there was a story I've always meant to tell in stand-up, but there was too much to it, and I didn't think people would believe me. Lanzarote getting locked out on the balcony.
I nearly died. I truly nearly died. So got there, it was late, 11:30, 12 o'clock, booked in, up to my room, set everything in my bed, unpacked there, just a wee rucksack, and want to see what view I had. I was on the 3rd floor, so opened the sliding door, went out, and I just had my jeans on. That was it. I went out.
That's how I travelled.
That's what I was saying. Because the way you told that, you just got into the room, emptied your bag, only wearing jeans.
No. So checked it out. Fantastic view, right beside the beach. And I had the waves, and it was, Tenerife.
Was this Tenerife or Lanzarote?
Where's my card?
I think it was Lanzarote.
Okay, yeah, it was Lanzarote. And so I went back into my room, but the sliding door didn't slide, it was locked. And a panic. So I went, what am I going to do? I just my jeans on.
I think you'd had a bad day, hadn't you? Going through the airport up till that point anyway, so this
just
was...
had a way at the airport, things happened, and so what I do, this is after 12, I went out on the, I was on the balcony and I looked up, and nobody about this time of night, but I went, hello? I didn't shout, hello? And looking all right, hello? I should have shouted. It wasn't in me. I said, I'm goosed here. And my phone, I see everything, my phone lying on the bed. So I there was a chair, one of the chairs, sat in a chair, and it's going to be a long night. And I thought,
He's not prepared to shout
No, I don't
for help.
Like, because Dennis, in that scenario, that would have got you out of it if you'd just gone, hello, instead of,
I know. So I said, and I checked out, I wonder could I make it to the next balcony down below? I truly would.
Mowgli.
just wearing jeans like Chuck Norris. Imagine someone's lying in their bed watching the telly.
I said I could do it, but if it didn't work out, broke an ankle or whatever, and because of that many medical problems, I don't have insurance. I have everything wrong with me. Don't have
He
insurance.
can't get insurance. He can't get travel insurance.
You know? So,
They're like, he's not coming back on the strip.
sat there. I said, it's going to be a long night. It's freezing because the wind was something else. And I did start to worry. And I was shivering. And I thought, this is it. This could be it. So I took off my...
Not prepared to shout at this stage.
Well, I had my shoes, but I had my socks on. Took my socks off, put them over my arm to come up to there. That's not working. That's not working. I took my knickers off and put them over this here. So I was like this here with my knickers and my socks up to there. I'm still freezing.
So did you put your jeans back on?
Oh, of course, yeah.
Okay.
On his head.
So 8:30, probably it was around about 8:30, started to get light. And I thought, it's
Hold
touch
on.
and go.
If he had died and I had to go over to like see him, that would have undermined everything, like your whole life. If that was the way I found you, socks and we pants up there, be an awful way to be found.
And you couldn't, because no one would be able to explain why he's like that. The police would have been like, I don't know what's going on here.
Like a ceremony, like he's part of a cult.
So I heard a voice in the morning. I heard a voice, and looked up from
I
my
think you said it was
balcony.
German, didn't you?
German guy on a cigarette, and I said, "Excuse me, yeah." I explained. I tried to explain. I mumble at the best of times. So I said,
Now, had you taken the gear off by this point, or are you like,
Tough one to explain.
I said, could you phone reception? I've locked myself out. And eventually they come up, and that was it. And so that I learned my lesson, not to lock the door. Happened again 2 nights later. Dear God.
and did you have more clothes
No,
on this time?
this was during the day, and I got away with it, but
The worst ever holiday time for us was the traveller's checks, the street magician.
That done me
you're
in.
still rattled, but
Yes.
this still would keep you, because
because of my son, in front of my son.
if something's if something is on his mind, right, he's going to carry it with him. And I was maybe 11, 12, something like that. We're in Place Las Americas in Tenerife, where we went every year, and there's a guy out in the street with 3 blue bins, and he's doing like cups, he's putting a ball under 3 cups, which one's it under, and there's a big crowd around watching him, and he's looking for a dickhead, basically, this guy. He's scanning the crowd.
And did he go, 2 for 1?
And then he sees this man here, and he goes, yes, right? He goes, that's a guy.
Now,
And
by
he
this
goes,
point, he wasn't wearing that garb again.
No.
Okay.
He goes, you come and play? My dad's like, yeah.
No, I said no.
Yeah, no, I know.
He put a 20 pesetas or whatever you call it
Yes,
in my hand.
right.
I said, no. And he insisted, and he went.
And you got the crowd going, no, come on. And then, so he's up, and he picks the thing, and it's wrong. And the guy goes, you got to play again, you get your money out, basically. He goes, you're 2 I think the
20s.
equivalent to 20s
Yeah.
traveller checks.
Yeah.
And he goes, that's all, I don't even have any money. And the guy's like, no, that'll do, I'll take that. And it looked very obvious, the game, but he gets the first one wrong, then the second one wrong. He thought it was part of a magic, like a show. Like he thought he was like a character in a show who loses his money. But it turns out it's real life. And the guy just like took the checks, got the crowd to like do some cheer, and almost like the guy just disappeared. Before he knew it, the guy was away. Show was done. And that was, I think, our money for the last day or two.
Yeah.
Last couple of days. That was to do us.
It wasn't on a road, it was the walkway.
Yes, the boardwalk kind of thing.
Yeah, sort of black. But what that had done to me, in front of you.
Let's just establish what was black. No,
sorry, it was really dark.
Right. Okay.
What was? The walkway?
Yes.
Thank God.
Yes.
Let's clarify.
So, made a dick out of me. I was going to say made a dick out of me, I can do that.
Yeah.
But in front of you, and it done me in.
Yeah.
Done me in.
Yeah. He lost
I was
it.
thinking, and when I went back,
You went out looking for him?
I swear, there was two of them, but he had a backup. And I said,
There's 2 years as well.
yeah, he could have went for their ankles. I was thinking, I'll go for him.
Yeah.
And did you see him again?
Thank God, no.
The guy's the ultimate magician. He disappeared. But yeah, lost his mind. But then you've been in Lanzarote together.
That's right, on honeymoon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You were with your wife.
Yeah, I was with my wife, but we...
Yeah.
Tell
we were-
people that story, because you sent me a picture
Mhm.
of you were on honeymoon,
Yeah.
of you, Catherine, your wife, and my dad.
Yes. But it was weird because we had taken a nice photo and it's shown Dennis and he goes, nah, don't send him this one. Yeah, he goes, what do you mean? Right, we'll all pose, and he goes like this to send to you, all of us,
Eminem.
and we're all like this.
74.
But yeah, no, we were over on honeymoon and it had sort of synced that you were there, and then we just
He was in Lanzarote at the same time.
sent a message and met up for lunch on
Yeah.
honeymoon. It was lovely.
Yeah.
Wasn't it? Because I was on with Todd, as usual,
Yeah.
and got a day in for me.
Yeah, it was nice. I love Lanzarote. I it's my favourite place.
Lanzarote's shit. Tenerife's great.
But
Lanzarote's awful.
Why do you not like Lanzarote?
Nothing to do.
Exactly. That's why it's great.
Nah, it's windy, and
Oh.
there's nothing to do.
There's a wee lighthouse and a flat walk.
And I don't rate the food. Tenerife's better than Lanzarote. Isn't it?
You've just absolutely burned
No, well,
Lanzarote
not
in a
for-
heartbeat there.
I always have done it loads of times in this podcast.
Not for me. I go 2 times a year, before and after Christmas. Winter sunshine, dose of medicine.
You gotta get the
And
day.
yeah, but the place I go to, they look after me because of my wee card and all that.
Last time me and Dave were away, obviously we've told the story in the podcast with our edibles in New York. We nearly died. We nearly overdosed. We nearly also lost you due to edibles
Where was that?
in your house.
Oh,
the
Jesus.
cannabis oil.
I think, Michael, you were there next morning.
Was it not John? Someone called to the door. It
all
was
right,
John.
Yeah, John.
So
So I don't smoke or drink, not against drink. I just hate the taste of alcohol. Don't smoke or drink. But I always wanted to try the drugs, what do you call them?
wait.
Weed. Always want, and I wanted a good hit. I want to go to the moon and back. No matter how good it was, I would never do it again.
Yeah.
Just want to experience it.
But we had so my auntie Sandra was using cannabis oil at the time as cancer treatment, and then there was just like a large amount of it, and our cousin was like, what do you want to do with this, basically? And he goes,
So
I'll take
I had, unfortunately, I've broken over 30 bones in my time and degenerative arthritis in my spine. I had a sore back. She said, take that for medicinal purposes.
not ideal, all that.
For medicinal purposes. It was about the size of a half a pea.
Yeah.
So, a hit, I didn't care if I got a hit. And so I took that, nothing happening.
Yeah.
Nothing happening. I went to bed and laying in bed, and I thought, I opened my eyes. I don't know if I went to sleep, but I opened my eyes, and it was as if, a newspaper in production, you see them going in the production line,
Yeah,
the
conveyor belt.
noise of it and going
Yeah.
100 mile an hour. That was inside my body, and my
A load of
heart-
telegraphs just going.
it was 100 mile an hour. I said, I'm going to die. My heartbeat, my heart was going to jump out.
It's supposed to relax you.
My heartbeat. So you're in your bed.
No, I wasn't in the house.
Well, you're not.
No, I wasn't in the house. I'd moved out at this point. That was the scary thing for you.
No, you hadn't.
No,
You hadn't.
I know. I was there,
Yeah.
but I had to go to work.
Right.
Yeah.
Gee,
You had spiked
you should get my card.
But you didn't tell me you were doing it
No.
because I was out at work, so I must have come in late, or maybe I was at a gig.
You shit yourself.
No, because listen
No.
to this. I've come in late to the house. He's already in bed. He can't shout out the.
It's like,
I couldn't.
He's gonna die. So, but then I had to leave for work the next morning. So I was like, oh, he's just still in bed, you know. He must have gone back to sleep because he wakes up early. I thought he must have gone back to bed. So I totally miss all this. But then, didn't you say the sound of your heart? You could hear.
No, yeah, my heart was going to explode, going 100 mile an hour, and I have a leaking valve, a regular heartbeat in the bargain.
He's so fucked. He's got everything wrong.
So I
Good hairline,
shouted, I said, I'm gonna cope, I'm gonna die here, and you could see the headlines, you know,
the
'cause of
papers that are
those-
printing.
I said, because I don't smoke or drink, people will say, I knew there was something about that wee
Junkie.
man, you know, druggie. You know, I could see the headlines. So I tried to shout out, you know, nothing would come out. And my heart, I'm going to die. This is racing 100 mile an hour. I'm going to die. And my eyes bulging, couldn't come out, couldn't move. So I need to do a Jimmy Riddle.
That's a piss.
Right.
For any people that don't speak 1920s Victorian.
Well, that's because when he was a pup, you know, he didn't say, want to do always said Jimmy Riddle.
Yeah.
So I need to do a Jimmy Riddle, and that's the thing. And I tried to, just my foot moved. I couldn't get out of bed. And I thought, I'm going to piss the bed. I'm going to piss the bed. And I'll move. I don't wear, like, knickers in bed.
By the way, he thinks anyone who wears anything in bed, any man who wears anything in bed,
Yeah.
is weak. Like, weird. Not a real man.
So I'm going to die and I'm going to piss the bed and all this here. So eventually, I can't remember you getting up or what, but I came down about 11 o'clock, I think.
Yeah.
I think it was.
It was John who called to my house to leave something off for me.
And I walked down, and I was like a zombie.
He's naked.
And I said, hey, John. And I just said,
Because John phoned me after and went, is everything okay with your dad? And I was like, yeah, I think he was just having a lie-in. And then I phoned him. I nearly died. How? The cannabis oil. Here's the thing. The dose he was given was for 2 weeks. He took it all at once. That's why he nearly died.
Oh, I mean, that is funny, but having been through a similar scenario,
Yeah.
it's
No,
given me.
we've all been through it. Did you? What age did you
post-traumatic
stop
stress.
drinking at? Because you drank when you were younger, didn't you?
yeah, when we were about 17.
Then you used to drink Pernod.
Pernod. That's a woman's drink, and because I hate alcohol, all alcohol, I hate the taste of it, but the Pernod was lovely, and when we used to go to discos hadn't been invented.
That's how old my dad is.
He went to masquerade balls.
It was a dance.
The Great Gatsby.
So you wouldn't bob it out, you know, if you were sober, you know.
Yeah.
And so I got a few of those in me, and that was it. But that only lasted 6 months or something.
Oh, that's how long so you only drank for a couple of months?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you drank way longer than that.
Not the
I want to go back to before disco was invented. What did you do? Like, what was a?
dance sort of thing. You know, there was a group on.
like a deal.
Was it like slower?
What?
4 years in for 3. Is it was it? But what was a night out?
Yes.
CI.
Right.
Was it, you know,
In East
CI?
Belfast, yeah.
Yeah. So you go around there.
And was it like slow dancing?
No, proper group.
Yes, like show bands and all.
No, they were for squares.
Like 60? But you'd have been going out, what, early 60s? This is?
Oh yeah, like 66, 67.
Right.
Early rock and roll stuff.
Yeah. That type of
Did
thing.
you dance?
You would think of us having an epileptic fit if I was dancing.
Yeah.
There should be a law against men. Well, men.
What would they have thought, sorry, you were having?
Pardon?
What would they have thought you were having?
I thought I got away with it. I knew the right word. Epileptic fit.
Yeah. One of the videos people absolutely love is you and Mickey trying to say certain footballers' names, right?
Yeah, but you were a twat. You set me up. You know, I because of my memory problems.
Oh,
So,
what a piece of shit.
I was like, he'll forget in a minute.
yeah, you set me up. You asked me all the footballers' names,
Yeah.
but they're all foreign names.
Yeah.
But you didn't say who's Zidane or whatever.
Yeah.
You say who's Zidane that played for Linfield.
Yeah.
You know, in the 1950s, and he went to.
So I put time in between saying
Yes,
the name and
yes,
then making you answer
yeah.
it back. So just on the podcast now, 20 quid, if you can say back to me, Zlatan Ibrahimovic, obviously ex-Man United striker, Swedish international, you know, so go for it. Into that camera. 20 quid.
I didn't notice that. Zlatan Ibrahimovic. Go ahead.
All you need to do for 20 quid, charity your choice, is repeat after me, Zlatan Ibrahimovic. And if you could do it just down the barrel of that lens, that'd be great. Yeah, go for it.
Zlatan Ibrahimovic. Zlatan Ibrahimovic. All right. Where's my car?
Last go. You need to repeat Zlatan Ibrahimovic. Just give it a go. Just say it all at once. Go for it. Just shout it out there. Say it with your chest.
Zlatan Ibrahimovic.
That was decent. To be fair, that was close.
That's closer than
That
you got
was close.
before. Yeah, that's wild.
Yeah, but because you did that, people thought I was stupid.
Yeah. Yeah, no, definitely. Let's go back to the motorbike racing days, because that's something.
I think that explains a lot of bones, because you did just say you had a lot of broken bones, and people are probably going to go, that's excessive amount of broken bones just to casually.
Yeah, because
over
when
the
I had
top.
Paul Hughes and Tommy McCarthy on, and I was telling them about your knee, you're missing a kneecap, they said I might be naive in thinking you did that in a motorbike accident.
Yeah, by the
Did you
way,
get any-
I'll come back to those two boys.
No, don't call either of them out.
Please, I'll come back to them.
Right.
Right?
We'll have to remind him. So, no, let's just say that now. You want Tom. The punching in the stomach, we talked about it in the podcast loads. So, my dad, for anyone who doesn't know, 74. Right, what height are you? 5 foot? 5 foot?
What?
5'1".
Well, the last time, a couple of weeks ago, according to you, was 5'7".
You're not 5'7".
You said it.
I would never have said
You
you're
said it.
5'7".
When you were
You
talking
wouldn't be
to
5'7"
Tommy,
with a top hat on.
you were talking to Tommy and Paul, and you said my dad's 6'7", 6 or 5'7", 5'6". Well, when about? And maybe was
5'1". You're
5'6" years ago.
Yeah. You've lost so much height, haven't you?
Yeah, but you know, the age thing and then landing my head so many times, compressed. So, go on, yeah.
So you, and this only started about 10, 12 years ago, where you would challenge people to punch in the stomach as hard as they can. And you tense up to do it, and people have a whack. And the people have got progressively, you should be tapering off the older you get. The more you get into your 70s, closer to your 80s, it should be guys your age, you should be getting to this, but you're looking always bigger men to hit you. So you want Tommy's your like ultimate. Tommy's
Yes.
your dream guy to hit you.
Yeah. Two were the opponents, Tommy and
Paul Hughes, but you want Paul to kick you.
yeah. Paul says, "Have you ever been kicked?" Have I?
No, I don't think so.
So I go at the gym. I got big Christian.
Mm-hmm.
The Christian's
Personal trainer.
Yeah.
Big guy.
Yeah, big guy. Biceps bigger than Arnie's, and that is a fact.
not
Bigger
gonna
than
share
Arnie's. We went. What?
Biceps bigger than Arnie.
So we got a film, went downstairs in the gym, the studio, and big Christian whacked me twice. And because I had to stand square on,
Yeah.
I'll get knocked back.
Yeah.
You know, so
The wall.
well, the second one truly near put me into the next.
Yeah. Dimension.
Yeah, because
He's back on the oil again.
So that didn't work. You know, I was okay. I could take that. This is all without a boxing glove, of course. And I was hoping Christian's a big unit, but he had a small fist.
Oh, hear that, Christian?
Yeah, and I need a.
You want a man
preferably-
with a big fist?
Yes, because it's the spread.
That's your fantasy.
No, I can take it either way.
You can take it. You can take a man with a big
I-
fist.
Yes, but I prefer a man with a big fist.
The bigger the better.
Bigger the better. Right. So that didn't work. I could take that easy enough.
Would you be up for that?
Yeah. The bigger the better.
Could you fit me?
Is that big?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
So I got Marty Kelly.
Yeah.
Marty the Jackal.
MMA fighter. Yep.
Yeah, Marty the Jackal. And got him and got it filmed. And he said, what do you want? Do you want the foot or the shin? I said, what's the difference? He said, the foot sounds better. You know, it makes a big slap. The shin, that's for cutting down trees. So I'd never been kicked before. I said, give me 50%. 50%. So he hit me with the foot, no effect. I said, 100%, no effect. I said, right. Same with the shin. I said, give me 50%. Give me 100%. Didn't work. Tickled me. So that's why I want to see Paul and Tommy.
But some people are saying this might be like a cry for help. Like this is maybe your way of saying at your age, instead of, you know, a trip to Switzerland or something like that. You're looking one of these boys to just do you a favour.
What's my name?
Hmm?
What's my name?
I got to point out my dad's nickname from his road racing days is Super D.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. But if Tommy hits you and kills you, he goes to jail for manslaughter.
Yeah. I could take it. I might ask him to do it with glove.
Right.
Might.
Yeah.
Now,
But
I watched a close proximity. Kieran Bartlett got punched by Tyrone McKenna, and it was
I was on the arm.
one of the worst things I've ever seen.
It was like car crash.
And it was you could I felt like he had actually burst through Kieran's skin.
He
It was
did?
that. It was the noise it made was like, oh, it was horrendous.
Tyrone would land a good one too.
And he
Yeah.
Tyrone
He would go
do
for
it. He would go for it.
He
give it
would,
for a
yeah.
whack.
so no man's folded me.
Yeah.
And no man could fold me.
I always say to you as well, though, Dennis, you know who else used to do that? Harry Houdini,
Yeah.
who's like a mixture of you and those fellas that stole your traveller's checks. I guess the ultimate combination. And you know what killed him? Being punched in the gut.
No, fair point. But the two guys, the two
done him
young
there.
guys that did it Judas.
All right, okay.
They whacked him. He wasn't waiting for it. They asked him, could he? Obviously, his party piece.
Yeah.
I probably stole it from him.
Yeah. I don't think it's the other way around. No one's thinking it's the other way around.
So they're saying, yeah, and it just got the words out. Bang! He wasn't ready. You have to be tense.
It's amazing you can do that, because to go back to the road racing days, because people sometimes ask on the podcast about that. But I was that young when you stopped racing that I obviously don't really remember it. But you mentioned about breaking over 30 bones. That's a thing with road like, you know, I read about
Now, sorry, some of those were doubles.
double breaks. Oh, you broke it again more than once?
Yeah.
But, you know, I speak to people who saw you race back in the day and talk so highly of you, and I've read it and I've seen bits and pieces, but you seem to fall off a lot. Like, you're not supposed to do that.
Well, you did call me crash test dummy.
Yeah. When I was young, I was quite a good
Fun.
burn.
Fun.
They were on TV and I went, Daddy, that's you. These big dummies.
I imagine
just
you with
always-
your big buck teeth in your ears, being like, "Look at you, crash test dummy," and he's probably like, "You fucking piece of shit."
Nerve talking about teeth. But your bad accident when you broke the most was my 3rd birthday, 1991. And
Happy
he's-
birthday, son.
He literally was.
Oh, man.
Well, he said, first of all, we this is a source of debate between us. I said he did have an accident, and I said, "Daddy, will you never race again?" And he goes, "No, be honest here." I went to him as a young child. I
3-year-old.
went, "Daddy, will you never race again?" And he went, "Of course, son, I'll never race again." He raced again.
No, I didn't. He said, "Daddy, you're never going to race again." Flood of tears. No,
You did race again.
I asked you.
I was 3. You want Daddy going to have a wee race again?
Right. I said, when I go back, that there was a break of 2.5 years.
Yeah. Yeah,
And
but you also died. In that, you're pronounced dead in that time.
yeah, I was bump started twice, got the defibrillator on me. And my wee ma signed for my donor with my organs.
Yes.
And so I asked
It seems like you're always looking for a way to die.
You're like your man out of the film Unbreakable. You just don't, like, you have all these moments and you just don't die. You're Bruce Willis.
I only came up, I think, 4 or 5 times. But every time I come
But
up...
when you did, you meant it.
Oh, God.
See, but see, sometimes like that, when you have something that would be as traumatic as that, once or twice you go, yeah. But to get it up to 4 or 5, to have died twice is mental.
But they always say it's not going to happen. You know, the next time.
But it's already happened to you on numerous occasions.
No, the last one, I said, not going to try and regain any past glories because I knew.
Yeah, and also
responsibilities.
they did tell you wouldn't walk again.
Well, as part of that, well, because of this, that was in 1974.
Right.
And they talked about taking it off above the knee. So,
But I remember him being in my granny's garden and having the full neck, what do you call it?
Brace?
The neck brace on
so
and all the
I had all that there, and both legs and
rods?
shoulder. And
Yeah.
Meccano stuff.
Yeah, that's what he looked like.
cut-
He's running about the garden in Speedos and that. That is true.
That's true. But I will aside, when I got out of hospital, I wanted to be in my own house. I was with your granny and granddad living. They looked after me for a while, but I need to be in my own house. And car was sitting there, and so I had this thing, and I could only look straight ahead, and big thing around me.
Sorry, set up, what were the big injuries? Broken neck in this one? Broken neck.
Well, broken neck, 2 broken legs, broken shoulder, collarbone. On the insides were
You did some
What,
job.
what was the crash?
sub a place called Dundrod, you know, and said I'll never come off again, you know, because.
What way did you come off?
Spectacularly. You know, I thought my usual, you know, Superman takeoffs were out of this world, and just went arse over tit.
Right.
See, and that, do you ever have a moment when you have a crash, when you're going through the air, that you can see what's going on and think to yourself, oh, bollocks?
Yeah, do you ever remember
Do you have
being
a
in the
moment?
air?
Oh yeah. As soon I don't remember the day. I don't remember getting changed in the leathers, and I'd done two bikes. I'd done my practice on the 2 bikes, but the bike I was on, the 350. I'd never been on this bike before, so it was the first time being on it. And you were 3-year-old that day, and so so I come flying around. I was 3rd at the time. And I thought I'd see the 2 boys in front apparently, but come round a corner, and as I say, I got launched, and you think you tense up. It was a fair speed, and because it's a road race, you're going to hit the furniture, you're going to hit something. And I said, I wish I hadn't come back. And I started shouting his name out over and over again, because I knew I knew this is dead.
Yeah.
This is it. And
Happy birthday, son.
I was that's a sly thing to do to get his attention while you're fucking early. Shit.
Watch this.
so I hit the road and in the field, and I was.
And then, so when you got back to our house, you weren't supposed to drive.
Well, obviously, the legs were from
See, the thing about driving, you need to be able to see where you're going and control the wheel. Like, this is not a good setup. How do you get the gears?
I went
Mr. Bean.
I got in it and went to the garage at the time, on the old Hollywood Road. I went there and I was coming back out. So I was like Herman Munster, the
rods.
Yeah. So I had a wee plastic bag, a couple of things, and a woman, a wee old woman, saw me going to the car, and she opened the back door, and I says, "Could you open it?" And she said, "Oh dear God, son! Oh dear God, son! No." I got into the driver's seat, and when I came out of the garage on the old Hollywood Road. I had to just go like so. But I looked both ways, but by the time I looked that way, so.
By the way, all this for a loaf.
And I got home and I knew, that's
not a great idea.
That was it.
Imagine being the guy working in the shop there. He'd be like, Jeremy Beadle's about somewhere here.
But your neck still doesn't turn. Is that because of that exact one?
I broke what's called a deltoid peg. That's by the size of your thumb, and your skull rotates on it. And when you get hung, that's what breaks. That's what kills you. And 1 in a million, I got away with it.
Yeah.
So I can go up and down as much. And that's as much as I can.
There's pictures of him in the hospital bed, and you would swear he would never walk or anything.
That's all. It is unbelievable hearing that. To see how well you're doing now, like it's mad. To have died twice, have all those broken bones, and still be able to go to the gym as regularly as you do.
But to be fair, right, you go to the gym, right, and that's unbelievable. You do sleep sometimes in the gym. I've been sent multiple pictures by people I don't know on Instagram of you at the pull down, at the tricep pull down, just out for the count, in between sets. He does 4 reps, sleeps for 40 minutes.
It's true. Because of my medical conditions now,
All right.
God love me. And I've had 3 times people have come over to me. Are you all right? Do you need a doctor? Truly, I thought of taking a heart attack or whatever. You think rigor mortis is setting, going to disappear. And I just need time to recover.
We told that story in the podcast about, remember bad boys punched me in Knocknagunny on my bike, and then you drove after them and then chased the boy in the car while he was on the bike and tried to run him over. Yeah.
Did you have to say that?
I don't know if you know this, but people still from Knocknagunny mention that to me.
Good, I like.
Was your dad the one who chased that boy on the bike?
I like that from
your dad was in his car.
I would have similar feelings. If someone did that to my kids, I'd be wanting to, even if they're little
magicians
girls,
and
I get
kids,
them.
he's after them all.
Yeah.
To hit them.
But you know the good thing is, mostly they're in the same place.
Yes.
Kids
You're
parties,
right.
you go there and you wreak havoc. Dennis,
You're
you get
right.
them all.
Yeah, you've known my dad for years,
Yeah, probably about 10, 12, 15 years now,
Maybe
probably.
more.
Yeah.
and you've seen us gig from some of the worst ones.
Yeah. Oh,
In
you've
history.
seen some stinkers in your time.
Oh,
Like the last one you were at, I thought was going to be a stinker, but we got away with it. In the Linfield Club, you
It
turned
was,
up.
it was fantastic. Yeah.
Oh, it was good
that,
fun.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
Oh dear God, that was. I said it's not going to happen.
Yeah.
It's not going to. They'll not have it. They'll cancel it. They had to.
yeah.
I think it was 24.
Yeah, something like that, and it was.
24 people.
Do we ask for some questions?
Yeah, there's a couple of questions came in.
Throw them out.
So someone wants to know here, was Shane a weird kid growing up? Because he seems to have carried it into adult life.
Yes. I mean, he suffered when he comes out with, when we're down in, say, the White City, which is just out the road, all his cousins and his friends were there, and he was maybe one of the youngest, and the buck teeth, the big ears, you know, he had to stand up for himself.
Got put in the nurse's outfit. Cry.
Oh, jeez. You know, I think he
home
was
video
only
of this.
one or two, and one of my sisters had bought him a nurse's outfit.
Pat.
That's
And you wouldn't know, he shouldn't have known at that age, you know, that
Yeah.
it was a nurse's outfit.
why are you getting roasted at 2 by your aunt? That's
I know they put me in it. There's a home video of it, and it's heartbreaking because they put me in, and then everyone laughs, and I start crying.
And, I thought, the wee dick.
you're like a state of
Colin wants to know what's the most embarrassing thing you've caught Shane doing?
Oh no,
That's a good question.
Say that word? No. The most embarrassing thing he's done.
Yeah, any way you want to interpret that.
Maybe it was a time up at we went to see a motorcycle race up at Dundroad. Would that be?
Oh, shit.
So I don't go to the races.
Shit.
I've only
This
been
is more on
about
you
2 or
than it
3
is me.
races since my accident, because thousands of people, thousands of people, but I can't remember names.
Oh, see at these races, right? He's right. People always go, why do you not go up to the Northwest now? He don't know anyone's name really, bar me, you, and a couple others. So, and this isn't an old age thing. This has been from when I can remember. We walk through Hollywood, people say hello to him, and he goes, fuck, I don't know his name. Someone coming up the street, and they're ready to say hello to my dad. And I go, just say, how you doing? Just say, mate, how are you? But he thinks it's rude to not have a go. So he has always, since I was a kid, walked through Hollywood. And what he does is, he has no idea their name. He's not between 2 names. So he'll go, how you doing? And he makes this noise that he thinks they might think is their name. And you've always done that.
To be fair to you, you've never dropped me in it at the time. And it happened nearly every day. So I'm walking in Hollywood, wherever I am. And, all right, Tony? It's no...
Always done
It's not a word. I just, all right, Tony? And I always get away with it.
You don't. I've seen. You walk on. I see the person every time. Go. What the fuck is that?
And he could have said, "Sorry, what's your name?"
Yeah.
That was good.
But I have a wee hack for you. Someone told me, because I'm the same as that. I remember faces, but never names. And see the anxiety you have when you see someone come towards you, can't remember the name. You're going, oh no, I hope they don't stop or have to introduce. Because you always, if you're there with somebody, you don't want to be ignorant and just be. So what I've been told to do is, with the person you're with, give them a heads up. Be like, I don't know their name. And then when you start chatting to them,
Get them to say it.
the person comes in and goes, oh sorry, he's so rude, let me introduce myself, I'm so and so, what's your name?
Yes.
And then that pulls you out of the hole like
Now,
that. 'Cause
the at the motorbike race, I was maybe 5, 6.
You mightn't even have been that.
Right.
So up at the Ulster Grand Prix, big field we're in, lots of people there, and he said, "Daddy, I need to go to the toilet."
We can do Jimmy Riddle.
No, you said I need to go
Eric
to the
McKnight.
toilet.
Oh yeah.
So I said, way around the back of the car. He says, no, Daddy, I need to go to the toilet. And I thought, right. So got into the back seat and I had a plastic shopping bag.
Can I point out there was definitely probably toilets.
Yeah,
somewhere in the back.
No,
But go on.
right. Thousands of people around. So I says, hunker down. And we're in the back seat. So he's holding on to one of the seats like so. And my head, because I'm hunkered down as well. So I've got the bag underneath his bum. I says, where you go? And it was one to write home about. He was doing a reading right, and it was one to write home about. So, and just that, he did a Jimmy Riddle. And this thing was going like out there. And I couldn't clamp it. At that age, there was nothing there. I couldn't clamp it. fucking thing was pissing all over the place. And I let a wee animal noise out of my. I didn't know what to do.
It was going all over the front of the car.
So.
Dennis, I'm going to say, that's on you. Why you make it
Should have
do it
taken
in
me
the
to the
car?
toilets. Yeah.
Round the side of the car, at the back or something, not in the car. Because so anyone looks in there going, what's going you just get peeing. It's the fucking strangest scenario ever.
Dan had it with another one.
Again, more people just asking about any awkward teenage moments with Shane.
A lot of people are pitching for one thing here, aren't they?
I wasn't an awkward kid.
That came later.
No, the most first time we went for a date, and
Strand Cinema.
Strand Cinema. I said we said pictures. In my day, it was the pictures. It wasn't a cinema. So it's going to the Strand Cinema, and I left them off. And it was a big deal for you're still what school?
Strand Town.
Yeah. So
Still primary school.
That's
Yeah.
impressive.
P7.
Dating in P7. Fair
Yeah.
play to you.
So I left them off, but I parked the Belmont Road, and I could see. I was waiting, and she had brought somebody with her,
She brought her mate.
brought her in it, and I went, oh jeez.
And he took me to Connswater before that to buy a shirt and all. I was wearing
I
a shirt.
said, oh jeez.
We spray his Fahrenheit. I was ready to go. Like.
Oh
She brought her mate.
yeah. Which I never you used that.
Yep.
I never.
Plus, you give me a fiver, and it was £2 in.
Ah,
So I had enough for me, enough
Yeah.
for her, and then maybe a wee bag of minstrels.
yeah,
But then her mate's there, so it upset everything.
yeah.
No,
You
I
should have
felt
took
wrong.
one for the team and gone in and joined them.
Yeah.
I think you asked. I think he did say. What else, Dan? Anything else?
Rodney wants to know, Dennis, do you remember the Great One, a nickname you gave his dad when Dennis was an apprentice in Hill's Garage on Hollywood Road?
The great one. That's
Ray McCullough?
no.
Don't ask him to remember a name, Shane.
Yeah.
Is there a surname
that's,
there?
That's
No.
Creel. I know who it is. Ken Boyd.
Right.
Ken, the great one, and we'll be going out for a tea soon.
What when
You
you did your
remember
appre-
Ken?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
When did you do? What age did you do your apprenticeship? 15.
Yeah, 15, last school, 15.
In a mechanics place.
Yeah, a place called Hills Engineering Works on Hollywood Road. That's near a big garage.
1964.
65.
Isn't that mental? That in 1960 that was your first job in 1965.
I still think it's mental too nowadays that whenever you can leave school at like 50, still a kid basically, and do like to go in to be a mechanic at that age. You know what I mean? You almost think you'd have to do some sort of training before just going straight in there. I think it's wild. Imagine you're just right in there.
I was so bad. I used to come with him when he was fixing cars, and you get me like hold something or do something. It was never going to be
you,
my.
you are the real life modern Mr. Bean. Like you as a child, in amongst. I'm sure you'd be a health and safety
Couldn't do
nightmare.
anything like that. And then the famous warning me off the bikes. So my dad being a motorbike racer, like me, anytime we did go to the odd motorbike race thing, the motorbike racers you'd have raced with, their kids were all into it, and they were racing themselves, and people would have said to me, you know, do you have a bike yourself and all that, and I go, no, I just play football. And they go, all right. And then whenever I was, I don't know, 10, 11, I'd asked about getting my cousins had scramblers, and I had mentioned an interest in that as well. And my dad go, nah, you don't want to be getting into that. And I just wanted to go around the field a couple of times, didn't want to get into it. So he got his mate Keith's bike, and we went out and we've been on it before, but very leisurely pace, you know, for a long journey somewhere. And you took me Craig Antlet, round the back roads of Craig Antlet, and we must have been going, without exaggerating, up to 90 on B roads, and he was properly back to the old. He was dropping the shoulder and all the go round corners, and it was the worst experience of my life. Like I was screaming, no
He
enjoyment.
was squealing like a pig,
I was.
you know, and there was no traffic, and it was maybe 60 miles an hour.
Yeah. No, it wasn't.
I put wheelie, you know, and standing up, letting go of the bars, squealing like a pig.
Of course he was.
And then after he goes, had to warn you off the bikes. Never expressed an interest.
Yeah.
I'd never expressed an interest. We got to talk about. You mentioned medical conditions. We got to wrap up. By the way, let's do a part 2 of this during the summer, right? We're talking about medical conditions. I did a bit in last year's show about a condition that you have.
Oh no.
I don't want to embarrass you by talking about it, but
I know you don't.
you do have a sensitive condition that older men can get called Peyronie's disease.
Not older men.
Men of all ages.
Yes, yeah.
Right. So, what age? Before we talk about it, what age did you get Peyronie's at?
All right, before that, I got the snip
Yeah.
at 62. And I'm in Guinness Book of Records, I think, for the oldest.
Right.
Well, the oldest in Ireland. Got the snip and got a wee nip and tuck when he was doing that. And, in the ball bag.
What do you mean? What do you mean nip and
I was
tuck?
getting a snip. I says, could you give it a wee nip and tuck?
Right.
Jesus. So,
Speaking of ball bags, you're just hanging out your jeans there, bottom of your jean.
so he said, I just noticed it started to, it was going to starboard. It's like, you see this arm here, it won't straighten. That's as far as it bends. I start to go around like this here. So it's like a banana,
Yeah.
the shape of it.
And colour.
And,
Taste.
what? So I said, frick, something not right here. And,
So your dick was curving.
yeah, but before that, it was like I'm going to try and say the word, Stradivarius. One of those
Yeah, Stradivarius. Yeah, Stradivarius.
Stradivarius.
Never heard that word.
It was like it was a work of art, a weapon. I'm lucky I'm a freak of nature,
Oh,
And,
yes. You are.
so I'm out of proportion.
Right.
I'm a wee man, but it's like a child's arm. But I didn't want this thing as it works a treat. Now, when you get Peyronie's, I didn't know what it was, went to the doctor, Peyronie's.
How soon did you go to the doctor? Because
Do you have to get it up to show him it?
Took a photograph. He said, take a photograph of it. And so, but if he had asked, it got there.
Why, how hot is he?
So, I looked it up on the internet, and your shit. They were like Piggly Wigglies, like something a dog has been chewing. But they were all shapes and sizes, but they were gruesome. And
I'm flinching thinking.
so I was at doctor sent me to hospital, and he said, "Well, see if it gets any worse." And lucky enough, it didn't. The only thing is,
But what if it got worse? What were the?
You can
Get
fix
it
it.
off?
well, if you get Peyronie's,
Uh-huh.
it's dead. It's over.
So they cut
Serious?
it off?
I thought
What?
it said because I looked it up for the joke
Yeah.
when I was talking about it on stage, and it said you can cure it.
Oh yes, you can cure it. It'll take some length out of it.
Oh, is it an operation?
Oh yeah, Jesus, aye. Yeah. And it's not always
So
successful.
You'd rather lose it completely than have a wee bit off it?
No, I'm just knew I'm going to be all right because it was so good. It's always been good to me. So,
Yeah.
and I'm very attached to it. So, the only thing is, it's, how can I say, you get a hard on. It's, you could swing on it.
Yeah.
You could swing on it. But if you do that, it's hinged.
Oh, in the middle.
Yeah,
Right.
So it's like one of these?
So it's like looking back at you.
yeah.
Right.
And so if I do a Jimmy Riddle, I have to stand.
Why are you doing that when it's hard?
What? No, either way.
Right.
Well, why are you still peeing when it's hard?
What?
Why are you still pissing when it's hard?
Oh, I can't. I have to do a handstand.
Oh, is it curved when it's soft? No.
I can't remember.
Is it when it's soft?
Not really.
Right.
Not really.
Wee bit.
Yeah. Just when it's hard. But it's truly, it's dead meat. Once it's your Peronis, your career's over.
Game over.
Yeah. And I'm being a freak of nature. No, it still looks brilliant.
The way you describe it, it doesn't sound it.
Have you got, but I had the photograph.
No. No. No, thank you. What should we do a part 2 of this? We'll do a part 2 of this during the summer.
Wow.
This has been an eye opener.
Can I say, genuinely,
Yeah.
I think this is the most fun I've ever had on a podcast.
Yeah.
I have loved this.
Yeah.
It's been brilliant.
Because you're more comfortable than I thought, because you used to do motorbike racing interviews back in the day, and you said you were terrible at them.
Hopefully you don't talk about the Peronis.
Yeah.
See this deck.
Right, Dennis, what about you going around that bend at some stage? Speaking of bends,
No, I got to say, give a few interviews, and one was the great Jackie Fullerton. And
Really?
so it was about, we're at Kirkuson interviewing me. Somebody, clock shop, had bought me new transporter, bike, the whole heap. And they wanted publicity. And so they got, they went about the knee, knee losing the leg. And so every time Jackie asked me a question, I said, well, Jackie,
that's how you answered every sentence.
yes, I answered every question, well, Jackie. And he said, rub the knee, and the leather's on, and I'm rubbing the knee, talking.
Did Jackie rub your knee?
No. So I went to the race. He said, what happened? I said, well, Jackie, so up the Grand Prix, and I went in, overtook 2 boys on the inside, put my knee in their grass verge, and there was a set stone, a square stone, and I thought my leg had was out of the leathers. I thought, it's gone. And they're talking like that. He said, I said, I went in between 2 chaps, trying to be something I wasn't.
So you said chaps, trying to sound
Yes.
cultured and
Yes,
Right.
yeah. The next day, up and down Friday night, the next day we're at a race, and I knew what I'm in for. And groups of boys, everyone walking, the groups of boys, well, how's it going, Jackie? Well, and they're all giving me this here, chops and all this here. Died of death, and rightly so. And what was the other?
I don't know. Get the card out. Right, just finally, into the camera for 20 quid. For 20 quid, I'll give you a different player, way easier. Ilkay Gundogan. So he's
Say it again.
Ilkay Gundogan.
I don't even know if you can say his name right. It's not
Gundogan?
Ilkay Gundogan.
Gundogan.
Gundogan, yeah.
You said right. You said
Ilkay Gundogan.
right. So he's a German midfielder. Into that camera, 20 quid.
Say it again.
Ilkay Gundogan.
So just into that camera.
Ilkay Gundogan.
I'll do this, folks. See you
That's
next
good.
time.
Let's get ready for tea with me.